Hey guys, and welcome to my kitchen. So I know a lot of you are wanting to start to track macros and you just don't even know where to start. So I thought I'd track my breakfast with you so I can show you how I do it step by step. Not so much what your macros are or how to figure them out, but how to actually measure your macros. Now, if you're a client of mine, you will also have the EverFit app. And yes, you can track macros in there, but I would recommend tracking it in MyFitnessPal if you're wanting to actually have an accurate measurement. I recommend MyFitnessPal just because it's been around for so long. It has such a massive database of food, and I personally find it a whole lot easier to use. So I'll share a screen recording on the screen. These aren't my macros. I don't currently track them. But it'll give us a good idea. The version that I have here is the paid version. It doesn't have ads and it gives you a little bit more information. So if you're someone that's wanting to really achieve your goals, I recommend paying for MyFitnessPal. It's not that expensive. It's like $30 a month or $100 and something a year. And that'll give you a far more accurate reading of your macros and what you're consuming versus just guessing or using something like EverFit where it's not as accurate as MyFitnessPal potentially is. So let's get started. So the longer you track your macros, the easier it's going to become. I eat this meal literally like every single day, so I have it saved as a meal. If I went into my app, I can go my meals, and it's my oat chia bowl right there. So if I wanted to, I could just press that, change the grams if it's slightly different. Yeah. All right, so you'll need a kitchen scale. Pop your bowl or whatever you're eating off on the scale. How good this one is actually dead. So let's see if I can use my coffee one. Gonna be difficult, but whatever. Usually scales, if you put your bowl or your plate on it before you use it, it's gonna tear it, which means it just goes to 0 grams. If it doesn't do that, then you can manually do it just by pressing the tear button or the mode button or whatever it looks like on your scale. All right, first up, I have Coles Quick Oats. I don't have the packet for this anymore, but if you have the packet, you can just scan the barcode, which will be on the back. But for this, I'm just gonna search Coles Quick Oats. All right, I've used Coles Quick Oats before, so it's already there. Last time I had 42 grams. I go for a half a cup, so it's pretty accurate each time. I just keep that in my little oat thing. So I've done that. It's 47.3, so let's say 47 grams. We can adjust that to 47 grams. Now, when you're in MyFitnessPal tracking each item, you can change what the measurement is. Some of them are easier to use than others, as in sometimes they have cups and stuff, which is really annoying to use if it's like a cucumber or something that's really chunky. So look for an option that has grams because it's easier to measure. And then the paid version, it's going to tell you the split. So there you go, Quick Oats. We got 18.1 grams of protein, 5.6 grams of fat, and 40.9 grams of carbs. Next up, I have chia seeds. I do have the packet for this one, so I'll scan it with you. So add food, scan barcode. Alrighty. When you're scanning barcodes, sometimes it'll come up with some random ass product. So just double check that it's actually what you're scanning. And if you want to cross check again, you can cross check with the nutritional panel that is on the packet. So I'm going to tear my scale again. Again, I have a scoop in my chia seed thing, so I kind of roughly know what it is anyway. I might go for around 15-ish grams. Beautiful. Let's call 14.8, 15 grams. So there, you see it's stuck on, well, it's not stuck. It's on 20 grams, so I'm going to change that to 1 gram and up it to 15. And then I have goji berries. Again, I don't have the packet with me, so I'll tear my scale. I'll type in goji berries. There we are. Goji berries, 1 ounce. No idea how to measure an ounce, so we're doing grams again. My scale is teared and beep up up. Let's add 15. Great. 14.9, we'll call it 15 grams. When you're adding these in, get real curious as to what is in each of the ingredients that you're putting into your meals. Like if you look at this now, it's 296 calories. It has 13.6 grams of protein as a meal and 10.4 grams of fat and 50.5 grams of carbs. So a great amount of carbs, a little bit of fats, not that many protein, not that much protein in it. So stay tuned. We're going to make that a little bit higher. With each meal, we're wanting to add around like 20 to 40 grams of protein if you're eating around 4 times a day. And as we know, our protein goal is somewhere between 1.5 grams or 2.5 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. So everyone will be slightly different. If you're offended by microwave use, look away now. All right, I like to have some melted berries in my protein, in my oats. So let's do some berries. So I've tared my scale again. I've got some frozen raspberries here. Let's scan here on the barcode. Done. I usually use about 60 grams of protein, 60 grams of berries, but we'll see how we go. That's far more. So we have 88 grams of raspberries. So as you can see, it has 150, so we could do that divide something, but I'm not about to do that. But if you're a mathematic whiz, then go nuts, whatever works for you. Alrighty, so 88 grams of raspberries. And then we've got blueberries. Tear my scale again. $88 again, how good. We love synchronicities. Synchronicities, is that how you say it? 88. So we've scrolled all the way down, 88 grams. The amazing things about berries is that they have so much goodness in them. They're high in fiber and they're such low in calories. So if you want to bulk out a meal, if you love to eat volume, like a lot of volume of food, then berries, babe. And it might seem criminal that I'm making my oats with water, but just stay tuned to the end and you'll understand why I'm making them with water. You can make it with milk if you want. You can make it with whatever you want. This is just about tracking macros, so don't judge me. But I know I do make a good oat bowl, so. Oh, all right, now let's do a little bit of a different way of measuring. Honey, I love to put honey in my oats. Rather than measuring the bowl this time, I'm gonna put the honey before I've used it on the scale and tare it. I'm also gonna scan it. All right, so turn the scale on, let it go to 0. Put the honey on and tare it. Well, I guess you could do it the other way. It doesn't really change it, does it? Does it? Anyway, so this honey is sitting on my scale and it says 0 grams. I'll take it off, put as the amount of honey that I want in my bowl, weigh it again, and then it's going to tell me how much I put on my oats. So it says 12.8, so we'll call it 13 grams, changing to 1 gram because it's less than that 15. Bam, bip, bop, boop. We've got how much honey we're having. Next up, I have Happy Way flavorless protein. Now I do have the container here. So let's scan her. Flavorless protein by Happy Way. Now I love adding this protein in. It doesn't have anything to do with tracking macros, but it has no flavor, as the name suggests. And it's just the best for making your protein count in your oats higher, and it also adds a whole lot of creaminess to it. So when I make it with water, this is where the creaminess comes back. But I put my little jar on the scale, tared it so it says 0. I'll add 1 scoop. Weigh it again, 26.4 grams. I'm actually going to go for the full 30 grams here, so I'll add a little bit more. Beautiful. If you decide to make this exact bowl, when you mix it, it does get a little bit creamier as it blends in with the oats. So don't add too much water in your first couple of stirs because it does equal out in the end. As I said before, I love eating volume of food. So when I add these berries, it's going to be a bloody massive bowl of oats and chia, and that is what I'm here for. All right, pop those berries on top. Whew. Delish, if I do say so myself. All right, let's finish this off. So that's our whole meal. It's 541 calories, 78 grams of carbs, 12.2 of fat, and 40.1 of protein. So adding that protein powder really skyrocketed that protein number, which is amazing. When you're doing your macros, send me a message if you want to figure out what your macros are, but you want to make sure that you're having enough fiber in your meals as well. It's around 25 grams a day recommended for females and 30 for males. So if we wanted to add this meal, you can just press the 3 little dots down the bottom and save as meal. And if you eat this on the regular, then it will just be in there ready to go. When you add it in, you can just change the grams if they're slightly different to whenever the last time was you made it. And let's press on the 1500 calories. So right at the top, and it's going to give us a little snapshot of what's in our meal. Now, having enough protein in your meals is important, yes, to have enough protein in your diet, but it also keeps you fuller for longer. So if you're finding that your meals are really low in protein and you're hungry 5 minutes after making it or eating it, that's probably why. So see if you can up the protein count and help you stay fuller for longer, so we avoid having any of those unnecessary snacks if you're trying to lose body fat. Obviously, snacks are fine. But yes, have a look at that protein count. If you're getting hungry really quickly after eating, that might be why. If we go to the nutrients tab, great amount of protein, high carbohydrate, which is great for our energy. This is my breakfast, so I have the whole day ahead of me. Fiber, incredible, 20 grams of fiber in this meal, and my daily recommendation is 25, so great. Not too much fat. A little bit of sugar. It's also coming from the fruit and the honey, and also some of the other nutrients in there as well. I hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions, shoot me a message or leave them below, and I'll see if I can answer them for you. But otherwise, have a wonderful day. I'm off to eat my breakfast.